Welcome to Just a Few More Minutes podcast. We're three veterans of the animation industry, talk about animation, video games, and everything else that we like to pretend we're pros at. Michael Berardini next to me.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Is back.
You pieces of shit, you miss me? Fuck y'all.
he's oh god. He's back from his vacation from Iceland, and he's playing with a baby shusher that he found on my shelf that I didn't even know was in my house.
A revolutionary tool for parents that uses an ancient but doctor-tested and approved rhythmic shushing technique to help soothe your fussy baby.
Golly. I really don't know where that came from.
It's like a strange man just whispering at your child.
It does sound uniquely male, right?
Yeah. This one's a little shorter. No, it doesn't seem shorter.
Ooh, that's volume there. Anyways.
How bizarre.
Way out in the Rhode Island, Massachusetts area is Mr. P. Paquette. Cracking his Coors Light. And I am Jeff Gabor, a supervising animator at Blue Sky Studios.
Whoa! What happened?
Yeah. No longer
promoted?
I did. I am no longer a lead animator. I am a supervising animator.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am leading up the movie that Blue Sky will be coming out with in 2019, I think.
Wait.
Yeah, 2019's right.
Are you sure?
Well, anything's up for debate.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You told us you're going to be a different kind of soup.
I did say that.
What does that mean?
I should have elaborated. To the when they announced it to the crew, I said I was going to be a different kind of soup.
Are you going to animate our shots for us?
Well, I said one, I wasn't going to, because I'm basically taking over for Nick Bruno. Nick Bruno's moving out of the animation department. So I'm taking his empty spot. So I'm saying I'm not going to really do what he did because he left a huge hole and I can't do what he did. So there was that. Right. And then I really want to be much more hands-on as much as I can. So that means I would basically, that's a way of saying I don't want to let go of animating.
Yeah, a lot of us thought, instead of coming to our desks or us coming to you to learn, you're just going to live stream you animating the whole movie, and then we just get to watch you do it.
Yeah, that's a different kind of soup, that's for sure. Michael, thank you for bringing over the fat tires.
You're welcome. It's a Colorado beer, right?
And he's drinking a Coors, which
boom
kind of is Colorado.
I've been to the Colorado.
Wait, what? Read your beer can, Pete. Where does it say?
Born in the Rockies ever since 1970.
No. Yeah, but they're not. I know that, but on the can in the back, it will say whether it was done in Missouri, I think, or in Colorado, in Golden, Colorado.
Golden, Colorado.
Ah, there you go.
Growing up, my neighbor worked at Coors, and he got a lot of free swag. So, when I was 14, 15, I was rocking a snowboard that was a Coors snowboard.
That's pretty funny.
Man, we are really hitting it hard saying, talking absolutely nothing about video games and animation this week.
Who cares?
Sorry, yeah. We're just having pleasantries.
You're going to hear about Iceland, I bet.
Yeah. You got back.
Iceland.
You got back. Do you feel inspired? I'm trying to wrap it into animation talk. Do you feel inspired to come back to work?
No. I feel inspired to retire and move to Iceland and never come back.
But would you keep drawing?
Probably. Actually, so I went and it was great. And the week before, I bought a really nice camera so I could film stuff with. And I have a lot of really cool footage. But I'm also going to animate some stuff on top. And when I finish that, you beautiful 10 listeners can probably watch it if I don't password protect it. Oi!
That's cool, man. I'm sure yours is going to be much more elaborate and better, but it's one of the better things when Deb and I went to Ireland. I cut together just a little video.
I never saw that.
Yeah. It's on my Vimeo page, but it's password protected. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's a nice way to remember the whole trip all in a quick video. I've recommend doing that.
Vacation videos with my family for the past like 10 years. They're always so fun.
Yeah.
They're cool. But I wanted this video to be like 3 minutes. It's already 9 minutes, and I'm like halfway done editing. But it's going to be very enjoyable.
I believe you.
Guaranteed.
Well,
I can't wait to see it.
let's jump straight into how we usually start every episode. Animation tip of the week. But we're going to do this one a little different.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a little bit more of a Q&A. So I got to...
Not prepared.
Me?
Me.
Oh, you. No, I prepared, didn't I?
No.
Oh, I did. But you just didn't think about it then. I emailed you.
You emailed me?
All right, this is about...
Where?
Damn it. Maybe it was a
I
text
didn't
message.
get an email.
A text message.
I didn't get any of that.
All right. I'm not even going to bother.
This is my improv. Do it.
All right.
Improv, bitch.
Okay.
You can use it.
So I got an email asking, like, the scheduling. Like, how do you schedule your shots? And specifically, like, each part of animation. How much do you spend on each part? Like, for example, like, thinking about your shot or, like, coming up with ideas and then blocking and then splining and then polishing. Like, what percentage is each one of those things? So, as an example, let's go for, like, a two-week shot. How many days do you spend planning, building reference
Well, I think
before
this
you
will
get?
be very different for Pete since he's on games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
So-
because you don't exactly have a 2-week schedule on. Like nothing's 2 weeks, right?
No, everything's like... If
What's-
it's 2 weeks, that's a long time.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
the shortest bid that you could get?
Probably a couple
Generally.
days.
A couple days for how much?
For something like a run or a,
Yeah.
you know, and it all depends on the direction, that's all based on what company you're working for at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, some directors are very easy to please, others are not. But
Well-
it's the same thing with film.
Yeah. So talking film, I'll give mine just real quick, and then Michael can chime in.
No, let me go.
Okay. Fine. Michael's gonna go. He really wants to go first.
Just about the start of a shot, because after that it's all up in the air for me. But for a while at Blue Sky, we were trying to do a 24-hour blocking method where we would try to have an idea up to show the directors in one day. So you would get cast on Monday and you'd ideally show something on Tuesday. Unless it's a much longer shot, then you maybe have 2 days or something. But even if I have longer shots, I still try to get something done in one day. And usually that's a 2D pass for me. And sometimes it's a really awful 2D pass. It's really off model. Actually, all my sketch passes are off model, but that's on purpose. But so then I'll show that to just get my ideas across as fast as possible, see if I'm on the right track.
To directors or just soups?
Both. I try
24 hours, regardless of the length of the shot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And sometimes it hasn't been working out
Damn
so
it,
well.
Pete! You're hitting your goddamn mic every time you put down your beer.
Oh, I barely put it down.
Fuck
Wow.
off. That's 3 times, man.
Nobody's...
All right, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more.
No.
People are gonna think
about
that's
that.
us doing it on this end.
Who
I have to call
cares?
Pete out on it so people know he's the fucktard.
No, that's just a dick move.
All right, go. No way. No, that sounded fine.
I think it's because I have these big springs on this extension.
That is what it sounds like. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's springy. It's a coil.
That's probably what it is.
Well, now we derailed that.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
You're going on 24 hours. You're showing directors, soups. That's going great. Mm-hmm. Then you move on to
Blocking.
Blocking, yeah.
Yeah.
You were at blocking. Go.
I was?
I don't think you
You
were
didn't jog my memory at all about
No.
what I was trying to say.
Because once again, I wasn't really listening.
No. Okay, but then... Oh, I remember what I was saying. Sometimes, like, I try to do my sketch passes almost down to 2s for the most part, sometimes 4s. So in my sketch pass, I'm nailing down all my timing. So when I go into blocking, my timing is exactly the way it was in my sketch pass, but that's when I start nailing down on model-y stuff. And figuring out like how the fuck to actually translate what I drew.
Well, I feel like
into
it's
3D.
interesting for people to know, like, when you're saying sketch pass, you're 2D animating your shot formally. These aren't thumbnails. You're using a 2D animation package.
Yeah.
Or software package to actually 2D animate your shots. And so then what do you do this for every shot, regardless of like it's a super simple acting shot, or it's like I mean, I feel like
yes.
I feel like I know you in that you get cast much more physical shots.
Yeah, but I
general.
have been getting cast acting shots, which are not my strong suit. I'll be the first to admit that.
So then how are you sketch passing those?
Poorly. And that's why when I go to blocking, it's like, oh, this is like basically the first time we're seeing this, so we have a lot of notes. Even
So
though
then what's the I'm writing you a little bit, but what's the hesitation of using reference instead?
So the reason I use sketch passes, which is probably more to do with the physical cartoony shots, is I push myself a lot more when I'm drawing than I do in Maya. So I feel like that should translate into my acting shots too, because I ideally will be pushing my like expressions and stuff too.
Yeah, cool.
So that's a thought on that. But it's also really hard because you can't like sketch in unless you're amazingly talented, like a subtle head shake or something. So like my sketch passes on acting stuff is always a lot bigger than it should be, and I always get the note to like tone down that sort of stuff, but it's just so I can get all of that in there and then fine tune it once I get into Maya. What are you shaking your head at? What did he do now?
Because I can so clearly hear him even scratch his arm. I wonder if that actually picked up on the mic in the podcast. Somebody's got to tell me. If just now they heard clearly Pete scratch his arm.
I just have a good mic.
You do,
Here,
man.
I'll move the mic back a little bit.
No, I like all the noises.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Scratch your arm now.
Your probably voice will sound like shit, but yeah, scratch your arm. See if it comes. Dear Lord.
He's just got really abrasive skin.
Why do we
Stop
have to...
riding him.
You and me are up on our mics. And he's like 3 feet away, and he's using the exact same mic as you are.
What's your setting on it?
I don't know. Probably dog shit.
4.
No, like look on the back.
8.
There's 3.
There's settings on the back?
Sliders.
What?
There's a slider with 3.
Excuse me.
No, I don't... Where it says ice?
There's a switch
I don't see a switch.
right above the USB.
Yeah.
You don't see it?
No.
Oh,
Maybe they're not
then maybe
the
mine's
same.
different.
Wait, did you say Snowball Ice? On the back?
Mine just says Snowball.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
We got to the bottom of that one.
There it is.
Glad we derailed the animation talk for that.
Okay.
Now go into your shit.
But you didn't give you... Damn it, Pete. Jesus Christ. Here. All right. So, but break it down one more time, very clearly. In terms
I'm
of
not being clear.
No, I just want the fact. 2-week schedule. You said one day planning.
Okay.
No, sorry, 1 day thought.
No. 1 day thought / sketch pass. All in 1 day.
Okay.
Because ideally, I've already been thinking about the shot before I actually technically start on it.
Because you think about it at home.
No. Because at the end of my last shot, instead of finishing that, I'm already moving on it. Whatever.
You don't think about your shot at home?
No. I have nightmares about my shot at home.
Yeah.
But I actively avoid thinking about it when I'm at home. Especially this last shot, man. Finally got a final today, though.
Good job.
Thanks. I feel like a real shit animator, though, and I have for a while.
That's pretty good. You come back from vacation, a couple days later, you final a shot? It's pretty good.
5 days.
That's good.
Now, what are you guys allowed to say? What project you're on now?
Yeah. Michael's on... Go ahead and whatever.
I'm on Ferdinand.
Yeah. That's been announced.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ferdinand the Bull, yeah. That was the one we were talking about last week, that its release date got pushed to...
Another time.
What is it?
I think it was 3 months later, but I don't know
It's
what
not
the original date
It's not
was.
next Christmas, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's not this Christmas, but next Christmas. Christmas of 2017.
Then I said, they're making a fucking Croods 2?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I didn't listen to the last episode yet.
Oh, shit, yeah.
But Mindy said that was her favorite part.
I forgot you weren't part of that conversation. But yeah, we talked about Ferdinand being pushed last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah, so Michael's on that. I cannot talk about what I'm on, but it's the movie that comes after Ferdinand.
1 day, sketch pass. 1 or 2 days, blocking.
On a 2-week schedule. So you're
Yes.
saying by by Thursday you're showing final blocking.
I never think of it as final blocking. I just show blocking.
Okay.
So I can get looks
Notes.
good. Go to spline.
Okay. Or
And because I
block
suck
again.
at splining,
Ah.
and I like all the time I can get on splining.
Okay.
Because Peanuts sort of ruined me.
And then when do you show your first spline?
It's due next Friday.
Yeah.
So I have this thing where I always try to get my shot in, show it for final the day before it's actually due, just
good.
in case I get notes, then I can still get it in on time.
Yep.
So ideally, I'm showing my first spline pass on Tuesday, show again Thursday for final, and if I get it in early, I'm a god of sorts, of miserable sorts. The demigod. And then if I don't get the final, I show again Friday and get the final.
Nice.
That's my goal.
I'm not too far off from you, actually. So on a 2-week schedule, I probably spend 1 day, the first day reference, and we talked about this before, but I usually do a couple hero poses in Maya, look at the staging of the camera, blah, 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 but eventually come away that first day, I want solid reference by the end of the day, all edited together with a single clip that I can go to, or a series of thumbnails, or sketch pass, or 2D pass, whatever that is, first day, that's it. Depending on the director, I show that the next day or not. I don't know if you feel that way, but there's
some
times
people
I don't.
react to certain things better than others.
So depending on the director, I'll show that, but if not, then I'll wait until I have first blocking, and I'll usually get that in. I'll aim for a 2-week schedule. I'll aim to show on Friday morning for hopefully final blocking, and then I feel like I'm actually a little bit different than Michael in terms of it takes me longer to block, but I'm really, really, really fast at splining. So I will show final with polish and everything Wednesday morning, and in anticipation that I could get notes, or a final, and then I'll have all of Wednesday and Thursday for motion blur checks or new changes or whatever it needs to be, and then on Friday morning, the next Friday, the final Friday, it will be shown a final time with completely spit polished with any additional notes.
With blur and everything?
Yeah, whatever it needs to be. Definitely all shiny and perfect and ready to actually be sent through the pipeline. It's going to Fastmaster or
the end of the day.
Final Anim, whatever we call it at Blue Sky, where it goes to other departments.
Into the pipe.
Yep, down the toilet.
Yeah. We came up with a good poop euphemism today.
A euphemism for pooping or actual poop?
For pooping, the act of pooping. If you have to go to the bathroom, you can be like, guys, gonna go drop my new album.
Okay.
So
we'll see if that catches on.
A little insight into our fun days at work.
Was that during coffee run today?
No.
Dropping an album?
It's hanging out in the hallway, not working. After ice cream. We had ice cream at work today.
You did?
Yeah.
It is slow at work right now.
Ben and Jerry's.
It's slow.
Says I had to get a fucking shot in a week.
Well, some people are... I'm just saying it's clearly slow a little bit in general right now. Not to talk inside about work, but my goodness, there's a lot of chit-chat going on right now. It's a little hard to focus. little hard.
Get used to it. You're a soup now. Everyone wants to fucking talk to you.
I want people to be quiet. If I hear another person laugh tomorrow morning, I'm going to punch them.
You are a turd in a bucket.
So many people laughing.
Around
So many people laughing.
urine.
So let me ask you this, Jeff. If you're a supervisor, are you leaving the treehouse?
No. Now the entire treehouse is supervisors.
It's soup land in there.
Oh, okay.
Melvin's a soup. Scott Carroll's a soup. Nick was a soup. Whoever is going to take Nick's spot is going to be a soup.
You have any insight into that?
Supervisor Island.
It is, yeah. Right in the middle of the department so we can oversee everybody and say, stop laughing.
That's just you, man. You're going to be everyone's least favorite soup.
There's no doubt about it. That's what secretly I was like.
Yeah, you're gonna be the New York clam chowder of soups.
That's funny.
We have I'm not going to discuss what it is exactly, but my first day as a supervisor, I was not making friends with other departments. I felt like a complete asshole.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good job, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called making movies, not making friends.
That's right.
You could do both.
Apparently not. Some people can. I cannot.
Well, that's cool. I can't wait to hear more about your shenanigans in the future, Supervisor Gabor.
Do you think they're going to make me stop doing the podcast?
I can only hope.
Michael secretly hates doing this, so
you can't tell. I'm laughing. Be sure to
tweet him or Facebook him or whatever, and make sure he knows that you love him, that you're glad he is back. Tell him.
I'm easily replaced.
You know what's great? This podcast has powers. In that, if I can be like, Garrett, go give Michael a hug right now. He'll go do it. He'll hear that part and he's going to go do it.
Hey, Steve. Either one. Go jack off Jaggy in the treehouse.
This is great.
All right. So that was the animation tip of the week.
That was a good one.
Animation.
There was a second part of that, though, that I found interesting.
Let's hook into it. Into the matrix of the second part. Don't look at me like that.
Hey. No,
don't look at me like that. What?
Shh. You're doing.
This could be a new running gag that no one will like.
I found it interesting. I know we're running long on animation this week, but the other half of that question I found very fascinating is like the time it takes to do an animation. The idea that it takes as long as it can take. Like, it's art and it'll take as long as it takes, that you can't artificially put a schedule or necessarily like. And a piece of animation could take as long as it's going to take. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
Who cares? Why would you want to work on the same thing forever?
There is a very real argument to that, I feel like.
Also, you're not going to get a job if you just have one nice shot.
There comes a point where it becomes overkill, though, and it can actually have the reverse effect.
Yeah.
If you overwork something, you know.
Yeah. But I'm right there with you. I think, yeah, you can definitely like just continue to like want to just work. Man, you know what it makes me think of right now is like Delgo, the film we worked on. Like, I feel like that movie got beaten to death because it just wanted to be perfect. Like, I feel like the director wanted to make it perfect, and if we could have just got it out earlier, I feel like it would have even found a larger audience. But it was that thing. It's just like, when do you know when to stop? It's very difficult. For an animation. I feel like that's actually it's a secret blessing with our harsh schedules in the world of animation. Sometimes it can actually make you know when to call it quits and just make it as good as it needs to be, rather than overwork something to death. You know?
Yeah, I like schedules.
And over time, you'll end up being smarter about your choices and knowing what doesn't really matter, something that might bother you personally as an animator seeing this one little thing that's just not just perfect, nobody else will see. There are times like that too, you know, where you have to just be like, okay, that's cool.
And Nick always says we like spend time polishing like the fucking toe splay or whatever, and nobody's ever gonna like notice the toe splay like we are when it's your own shot.
And it would be good to, I mean, we could try it. We could try to fuck this podcast up real good right now.
Let's do it, man.
You want to do it?
What
you want to try to FaceTime Adam Green?
I don't even know who that is.
He's the supervisor at Disney. Let's just try it. Let's just try it.
I don't know him. It'll be awkward.
No, he's a good guy.
Let's see.
I'm sure he is.
Does he listen to the podcast?
No fucking chance.
I'm going to sit back and pretend like I'm not here, like I'm still on vacation.
We just called them last time, right? He's not going to pick up. Let's just try it.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Darn it. Oh, dang it. Darn it.
Using your phone.
Oh, I hear... Oh, I don't like that.
Screw that. All right, never mind. That was sounding like shit.
What were you going to ask?
So now he's going to... All right, so basically I wanted him to talk about... There was an interesting article that came out with Disney just talking about that they don't necessarily have a whole lot of time in their schedules. Like, they are pressed for time, and they feel like a lot of their animation choices have come out of their schedule being pushed. And so they're limited to, like, one solid acting choice in a shot, or one solid pose, or one solid just great idea that they would need to make sure it reads, rather than doing a lot of fluff. And they have some misgivings about, like, yeah, we don't get to put all the extra stuff in the shots, but when you really look at like the finished product, you realize that they're just being really efficient, and there's a clarity and coolness to a lot of their recent films that, yes, their schedule's pinched, but it really does boil it down to a really nice idea that really reads. And I really like that and respect that about some of their recent movies and their animation quality. That it's just... there's a byproduct to being stressed and pushed for time and schedules, and I don't really actually buy the idea that animation will take as long as it takes. It's a piece of art. The constraints are really what makes a lot of art really beautiful. Those restrictions, like if you're looking at like some of the 8-bit pixelated art, like all that comes from restrictions and holding back, and you have a certain amount of a color palette, you have a certain restrictions and the computing power, like all that creates this beauty behind it. It's really cool. All right,
well,
I can tell Michael's bored.
I remember.
No.
I remember back a while ago, one of the story artists who used to work at Blue Sky came and visited from Pixar, and this was around Robots time, and he was talking about working on The Incredibles, and how they legitimately did the same exact thing what you're talking about, Jeff, where what mattered was the sequence and not necessarily the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Where you wouldn't see, like, okay, shot, reverse shot, beautiful blink, head turn, and then something. You know what I mean? They made sure they got exactly what they needed without going overboard. Like, not like letting any one animator really embellish stuff like eye blinks, head turns, just to make it feel more natural, the sequence as a whole.
It's still going to sound weird, even though you're calling somebody else.
Why?
What do you mean, why? That's how it works.
Hey, god damn it.
Boom. Boom.
Anyways, I was going to
say boom every time I hit it.
But yeah, so I'm just going to read back up your story. I was going to try to call Mike Walling to talk about his experience at DreamWorks, but he was talking about the same thing. Like, over at DreamWorks, the idea of showing sequences all together at the director is such an interesting idea that they would have a few animators all on a sequence, and instead of showing like each shot one at a time,
that's cool.
They would wait until the entire sequences got like blocking, and they would show it in one solid chunk. So you get the feel of the entire sequence.
And if anything like stands out, then
exactly. Yeah. So you don't nitpick a 20-second shot over and over and over again.
20 seconds.
Sorry, 20 frames. Oh boy, yeah, you should nitpick 20 seconds. But 20 frames, a 20 frame like just blink or reaction shot or filler shot, Like, why nitpick the shit out of that when you watch it in the whole sequence and maybe it takes on a different meaning or different importance?
I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going through right now. It's like a reaction shot within a chunk of shots that I'm doing, but the other shots aren't ready, so I only could work on this shot, and it's...
I didn't put my beer down that time.
Yeah? What was that then, Pete?
This is big fat dick.
I literally touched the microphone with my hand. I brushed it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Boom!
Yep.
Yeah, no, so you want me to bring it? Do you not remember what you were talking about? I remember I was listening this time.
Pretty sure I was done.
No, you were like, so I am working on this middle reaction shot in the middle of some other shots, and the other ones aren't ready, so, yeah. So my middle shot's getting nitpicked, and I'm getting effed in the ass for just this 20-frame reaction shot.
Yeah. That's it. But I got a final.
There you go.
Good.
Nothing better than getting the final clap.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, that's when everybody goes like this. It's not the clap, as in the venereal disease.
It's when they slap their two hands together. It's called clap.
Yeah.
That is nice. That's a nice thing. They don't do that at every studio.
No?
No. That's nice. At Blue Sky, every time you final a shot and it's going to go in hopefully going to go in the movie, everybody claps for you.
Yeah.
Do you still have the gong?
We got the gong.
You
Yeah.
got the pirate bell, too.
Pirate bell, yeah. And,
But neither are used.
no.
Is
Pirate bell
Sweatbox
more
still
than
in the
the
chop
gong.
shop?
It's still there. Nobody uses it.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's never been used since I've been there.
Come back, Pete. Use it. Come back.
The chop shop.
Please come back, Pete. Come back, Pete.
Come back.
Hey, if you could bring me back temporarily for the summertime, that would fucking work out sweet.
Come on by, motherfucker.
I'm gonna think about that. We're gonna off air that conversation. Pete's coming back to Blue Sky.
Oh.
I'll come back with my puppet in hand. And we'll have a reunion.
I'm a supervisor now. I'll pay you anything.
I suck your dick.
I think there was something about that in the sexual harassment courses.
Quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo. This for that. That's what I learned.
Tick for tack.
I think it's tit for that. Isn't that what it is?
I don't know. Tit for tat.
That for tit.
Hey, I must say, Jeffrey, thank you for including me in the steak night business.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what?
Thanks for that, Pete.
Oh, now it's awkward.
I don't want in anyway.
It's getting changed. It's getting changed.
Smoke
You saw the
cigars.
email. We're
Gross.
changing the date.
Yeah.
Don't tell Michael.
It's not like I listen to this podcast anyway.
Hey, are you guys going to the retro gaming expo?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into the video game news. Retro Expo coming mid-October in the Connecticut, Massachusetts area. Come out and meet the Just a Few More Minutes podcast, boys.
Mike, are you going to go with us?
I don't know what.
You're coming with us.
Where is it? When?
It's just up in like Wilton, Connecticut.
Wallingford.
Wallingford, whatever. It's a
How
short
long of a
drive.
drive is that?
45 minutes.
Nobody's
going.
gonna meet us there.
No, nobody.
I'll only do it
I'll
for
make
the
little
fans.
business cards.
Yeah?
And I'll just splay them around.
I'll wear the shirt my brother got me of our logo.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That got cut off.
Oh, he took it from your banner.
That was the worst place to take it from. He should have just emailed me or texted me.
Yeah, I could have given him the MP3
Something could feel bad.
image. Which is,
I don't.
It looks good.
Curvy. Feel bad.
Fuck Pete! Pete.
all right, as
how
the
do
beer
we-
is flowing, I'm forgetting. So you're gonna have to remind me. I'm sorry.
Every time you take a drink, Pete, don't do it. How do you
Maybe I
spell?
should actually. You know what?
Because that should be the name of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my beer over here.
That rhymes,
Wait.
buddy.
That way it doesn't interfere.
Okay, great, Pete.
He rhymed some more.
All right.
You didn't acknowledge it.
Okay.
I'm going to put my beer over here so it doesn't interfere.
Ooh. It's like Sesame Street over here. 35 minutes in, we still haven't even started the news. Go, Pete, go.
All right. Much to everybody's non-delight.
Okay,
I don't
non-delight.
know what the word
Chagrins?
would be.
Chagrins. Let's go with
Yeah.
chagrins.
Okay. Below has been delayed indefinitely.
That does suck. You even got to play a build of this game, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, and it was cool when I played it.
I don't understand. Like, how did it
I don't
go
know
from...
about this indefinite business. They're just not announcing a date because they don't want to disappoint people.
Well, they're saying they're going dark until they finish the game.
Right.
I think somebody touched a little boy.
Whoa.
You heard
The
it
next
here.
major update will come when the company is ready to announce a firm release date, the studio said. It's disappointing that... it's disappointing news regardless. I mean, because it's like everybody's really looking forward to this game, but they really want to make sure that it is. They say it's the studio's most ambitious undertaking, and they want to make sure it lives up to the standards and the quality you expect from the games. So,
I support them. I don't care.
You don't think they did some criminal activity?
No criminal activity. I think they just don't want to fall prey to the hype machine and have their game fall on deaf ears.
Great.
So as of the 23rd of August,
Here it is.
you can get Inside on the PS4
Woo!
So that means right now.
right now.
Okay.
Go get it, you nerds, if you haven't played it. It's good.
Best game. They can quote it on the box of the game. JAFMM Podcast. Jeff Gabor.
JAFMM Cod Pass.
He says best game of the 21st century.
Wow.
It is. That's my favorite game I've played this century. I really love that game. It sticks with me. Makes me feel all gushy inside.
And
I like it
outside.
better than than Legend of Zelda, the original.
Now this century, boy.
Oh, this century.
This century. 21st century.
What a dumb son of a bitch I am sometimes.
What would be my favorite game? Yeah,
out.
Mega Man 3 would be my favorite game of the 20th century.
Mega Man 3?
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
So speaking of retro games, Owlboy finally has a release date for fall of this year.
I'm looking forward to that.
I feel like I've been hearing about that game for forever.
Well, it's taken 10 years to make.
Well, that would explain it.
Wait, we forgot to play your stupid news music in the background.
Damn it.
There we
Now
go.
I have to start over.
Yeah, start over. What was the first one?
Redo it all.
Nah, so look out for Owlboy when it comes out.
Wait, what was the date? Nothing specific?
Fall.
Fall of this year. Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It's got some nice animation in it. I do
So-
think the pixel art is a little too detailed. I was talking about this with someone.
I feel like that way about Hyper Light Drifter.
No way! Hyperlight is like under detailed compared to Owlboy.
Well, yeah.
Owlboy is pretty complex.
I think it looks great, but it's
complex.
there's too many points of interest for my aesthetic,
For your palate.
for my sweet taste bud eyeball palette.
So negative, man.
Fuck
They're
you.
they're making something, and they're able to get it out in front of the public, and
After
for
10
people to
years.
enjoy. For people to enjoy, and the first thing you can say is, I think it's too complex. That's what your review is. Sight unseen. Sight half seen.
Sight seen, game unplayed. So really, all I have is the visuals. So
Sight only seen. I don't like.
I also said the first thing I said was it had really nice animation. So suck on a dick, you turd.
So it moves good, but looks like garbage.
Yeah, put that on the box. JAFMM Cod Pass says whatever you just said.
All
so,
right.
The beloved Super Nintendo turned 25 on August 23rd.
That is crazy.
Congratulations.
Yep. Is there any awesome piece of nostalgia you want to share with about the Super Nintendo with the rest of the JAFMM community?
I just am still upset that I didn't get to play it or own it. I only got to play it at Walmart or at Kmart. Man, I was so upset because I still remember having my Nintendo Power that had the whole layout of Super Mario World, and I couldn't wait to play it, and it dawned on me that I couldn't play it on the regular Nintendo. That really pissed me off, man. I just could not believe it's like, oh, Mario's got a cape. I can't wait to have a cape. And then I didn't have a Super Nintendo.
Wait, I'm confused about your story.
Why?
We're talking about the NES.
No, the SNES.
No, we're talking about the SNES.
Oh, then I do have stuff to say about that.
The NES is well over 30 years old.
Well, I don't know that. Off the top of my head.
So what story do you have, Mike?
Well, that was the first console that I ever actually owned. Because the NES, my brother had, and like he only ever played Madden. So SNES, I saved up a bunch of money and finally got that. And it was great.
I feel like by the time you saved up money for an SNES, the dawn of like N64 or at least PlayStation must have been coming.
No.
Come on now.
No.
How old were you?
I don't know.
You were saving money. At what age? Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
I remember it was probably from allowance from doing chores around the house. I wasn't like working at fucking McDonald's.
I call bullshit on this whole story.
Speaking of old 16-bit nostalgia, Toe Jam and Earl is coming back next year for the PC and console.
This is that Kickstarter, right?
It's actually Adult Swim.
What?
So I don't.
What happened to the Kickstarter campaign one?
I don't think that.
Or the GoFundMe. So, all right. Do you have art from this? Did you send us art?
I sent a link to the trailer.
Let me
with a little bit of gameplay in it.
Let me take a look real quick. Because there was the stupid Kickstarter, and that artwork was no bueno. Oh yeah, this is no, this looks a little bit. Oh no, I think this is it. I don't know. It's definitely been changed because it's all like flat graphics mixed with some 3D.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
I don't even remember the original game. That's how like noteworthy it was for me.
Oh man, legitimately, I try to play it every time my brother comes into town. It is my favorite Genesis game. Really, really. Oh yes, I very much love that game.
Isn't it a very big Easter egg hunt?
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is there's some 25, 28, maybe 28 worlds, and you can set it on random or you can play in order, but you have to, out of those worlds, like 8 of them, something like that. Sorry if I don't remember exactly right, but 8 of them will have ship parts. So you either find a ship part or not on one of those worlds. If there's no ship part, you just simply take an elevator and go up to the next world. And the whole time, Earthlings are trying to kill you because you're little aliens that crash landed on Earth. So there's people that are driving lawnmowers. There's the boogeyman. There's Santa Claus. Very bizarre graphics. Like it's supposed to be Earth, but it looks nothing like Earth. Bizarre game. And my brother and I just played it all the time growing up. And I still have such fond memories of playing back then and still playing now. So my brother says I always made him be Earl, but that's bullshit. He was Toad. He was Toe Jam. I like being Earl because you have more life, but you move a little slower.
I heard that the sequel was far superior.
That is such
actually a platform.
Yeah, they completely changed the mechanics of the game. I didn't like it. I had rented it a handful of times, but I did not like it.
Okay. So
Dude,
that's good to know.
Yeah. I still play it. Whenever my brother visits in town, I play it. I have it for the Wii console, whatever, the
Virtual console.
Virtual console. Yeah. So we play it there.
Super Nintendo came out in 91. N64
95.
came out in
96.
96.
Ooh,
So I probably got my SNES in like 93,
Bull.
94.
How? Wait, you were born
So I would
in-
have been 7 or 8.
You were saving money when you were... Okay, that's actually fine.
Yeah.
So it checks out. I was watching him over there on the side. He was like sitting there doing math and all that shit.
4, 5 years.
No, because that...
I don't know.
The equivalent of that was me trying to save money for a Game Boy.
I remember saving money for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, I was dumb as shit and saved money for a Game Boy, and then when I had the money, I actually changed my mind and bought an Atari Lynx.
Ooh, what a turd you were.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
I remember
unfortunate.
Yeah.
one gaming purchase mistake I will always regret. My dad took me to GameStop one day and was like, "You can have one game," and the whole time I wanted Dark Cloud. You guys remember
Ooh, that's a good game.
that like RPG on PS2?
Yeah.
I had done all my research. I was super into it. I had rented it from Blockbuster, but I had to give it back, so I wanted to buy it so I could beat it. And I got there, and they had a display unit with like Gran Turismo 3. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And then I got that and got home. My mom was like, what were you doing? What is this? Because in Dark Cloud, you could like talk to the people and build homes for them based on what they were suggesting. And instead, I got a car racing game, and I regretted it immediately.
Oh man.
Yeah, especially knowing you now, like a car racing game
know.
that's standard car racing, like, oh,
It was the worst.
poor
My
Michael.
regrettable video game situation was when I bought Legendary Wings for the Nintendo, for the NES.
Your hatred for that game is so
Is
unfounded.
founded.
No, unfounded. Unfounded.
founded,
Such a
man.
great game.
I bought it under the pretense that it was an adventure game. I thought it was an adventure game. That's why I didn't like it.
It's like
I mean, there's an old
water in
video
your
of us
cereal.
floating around talking about this.
You talk about it. I'm gonna go get another beer.
Yeah, you do that, man.
I'll be
Okay.
back.
Yeah, remember Retro Game Break?
Yeah, of course.
We did it. We did the Legendary Wings video on that.
Man, I miss Retro Game Break. That was fun.
If I could get it to work again, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Problem was the way it was so unique in the way it was the way I rendered it and everything. It was, I don't know if I could set it up that way again.
You can check out, for anybody listening, you can check out some Pete's old episodes just by typing Retro Game Break in YouTube and picking up some old episodes that Pete did. Really, I thought they were really fun. You get to get a little exposure of some old games, and they're a little silly and whatnot, but definitely some of the ones you did with your brother Jeff, like the biblical ones, those are really fun to look at.
Well, we did a couple too. We did Solar Jetman and we did Legendary Wings.
Yeah, we never
And
got...
we did John Elway's Quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Was there another news story, Pete?
Yeah. Sorry, we're getting on this retro.
You fuck. You said you were going to move your beer somewhere else, and you still fucking did it.
Do you want half of this beer?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Damn it, Pete.
This is sad news. Sad news, especially probably for Michael, because he played one of their games. But the
Both of
developer
them.
behind, you did
Yeah.
Renegade Kid, Mutant Mudds, and Zeodrifter. They shut down this past week.
That's sad, but also to me it's like weird that it's getting this much traction because I feel like they haven't made any game that really landed for
Right.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Zeodrifter was awesome. Mutant Mudds was... I played it on PS Vita because it was free 1 month, and I was like, I don't really like this, but I don't think I played far enough into it to really appreciate it.
Yeah, the studio is closing its doors. Co-founders split their assets and they're splitting their assets between two separate game companies. So I think the games are going to be they're going to continue making games, but not necessarily together anymore.
They just don't like each other anymore.
I don't know.
Was it two guys? Was the studio just two guys?
I think so.
I wonder if
They have two
one of
new
them
companies
diddled
called...
the other one's wife or something.
There it is. It's always diddling.
Yeah.
Diddling girls, diddling boys, diddling dogs.
Sweet Bippies.
Mm-hmm.
So their two studios are going to be named Atui and Infinitsimo.
Well, they got to work on those.
Yeah.
Knowing Pete, there's no way that's how they're pronounced.
Well, you got it close enough.
I phonetically tried to go ahead and,
I came up with a good studio name today,
Okay.
just randomly, because I misspelled a typo. I was just trying to type OK, but then I typed OKO, and I like the way that sounds. OKO. OKO Studios.
Yeah, but isn't that like Oko, like Yoko Ono?
Yeah.
Oh no, Yoko Ono. Oh no, Oko. I don't know where I'm going with
You'd
this.
have to put periods. You'd have to put like periods after each letter.
But I don't like the way that looks.
Maybe
Okay,
dash lines.
Otherwise, it
I
would
don't
be
like
Oko.
the way the dashes look either. It has to be Oko, but that people just have to know to say OKO. Because it's
very
more like
hipster of you.
OK dash OH. I want people to know to say that. But it's spelled
Oko.
OKO. Actually, you know what? There's that kitchen line of goods and stuff that's OXO.
Oh yeah,
That's probably why I like it.
yeah.
But OKO is not symmetrical, and I like that more.
I feel like everybody mispronounced that OXO company.
OXO?
No, because it's actually like that's just how you say it.
I don't think.
It's
I believe
Swedish.
you.
It's Swedish.
I want to learn Icelandic.
They could probably pronounce it right too.
Probably.
It's from the back of the throat.
All right.
Anyway, last piece of news.
Okay.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Now, the people are actually getting refunds on No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Through Sony, Steam, Good Old Games. Even if you played up to 40 to 50 hours of the game.
Damn.
To me, that's robbery. If you play the game that goddamn much, that means it consumed your time, and it led you along long enough to make you feel like you were engaged. If you're engaged in the game, you got to pay for that time. I mean, these guys that and the ignorance around what it takes to make a game is ridiculous. Like guys saying, "Oh,
Go,
it would
Pete.
take a
Goddamn, Pete. Did you put
Just
your
let him go.
Gong. All right, go. Fine, I won't.
No, I read a post today about a guy saying that it would take one guy a week to do multiplayer in the entire fucking universe of No Man's Sky. Impossible.
Not to mention you'd have to model like actual people to see.
Yeah, like I'm just so sick of the gamers who think they know everything about making games to the point to where they are just like, Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yep.
And discussing how they would have done it when they have no fucking clue what it takes to make it.
We have a fair bit of listeners that know nothing about video games, and an interesting thing is like people will release these games, these companies, and it's made up of individuals that pour their lives into making these games, and they work endless hours, and then they spit the game out, and then people download it, immediately start ripping apart the code and changing the code, then re-uploading it back to, say, like a website like Steam or whatnot. And so then people can then re-download their modifications of the game and immediately say, I have fixed the game. I have improved the game. It's like, God, is there anything more insulting? Can you imagine, like, you basically do this drawing on whatever website or Facebook and you upload it and you want your friends to see it, and everybody just downloads it and then readjusts the nose and says, fixed it. Like, that's everybody's response to your artwork constantly. Fixed it.
But I also think that that's the vocal minority. I feel like all these stories are getting blown way out of proportion because just like everything with all the press about No Man's Sky, it's like hype train like below is trying to avoid exactly what No Man's Sky is going through.
Yeah, the valid point, yeah.
Because there's people like me, and I don't know, did you guys talk about this last week? No Man's Sky?
We did, but we wanted to get your... at least I did. I wanted to get your...
Because I think it's great, and it's exactly what I expected. I'm confused as to why people thought they were getting anything more than what it is. It's developed by like a 12-man team. They're not going to make the video game that ends all video games. Like, I genuinely don't know what people expected other than what is there. But it's like a fun, calm, relaxing game.
I feel like for some reason, like the closest thing I can think of what people expected was they wanted the first iteration of like the book Ready Player One.
Oh no, guys!
Like they want, dude. People were blowing this out of proportion that this game cannot be explored. You can live in this game for 10 years and not see half of what it. Well, like that was the thing.
We lost Pete's video. Oh, we just lost Pete.
Goodbye, Pete. Well, this is going to be an interesting editing technique.
By myself now.
Oh God.
Well, he's still recording. He's
just lost the Skype call with the fellas.
Let's just be quiet.
Now, are we recording this whole time?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay, great. I was sitting there talking to myself, like,
oh well.
Go on, I wish Jeff would shut up about the
last thing I heard was the last thing I heard was the developed by 12 guys.
Oh shit. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. But I don't know. I'm frustrated by all the negativity surrounding this game after release when it's... And I think they did promise some things that...
Watch your beer, Pete.
I think they promised some things that they did not deliver, such as the multiplayer. I saw a video where Sean Murray and some other people definitely said, yes, if you run into another player, you'll be able to see them and interact with them. But I don't think it's because they were outright lying to us. I think they genuinely thought that it wasn't going to happen. I think they thought they built such a grand universe, and they vastly underestimated the dickishness and the intuitiveness of gamers to actually get together and make that happen.
Yep.
So,
and sorry, go on.
I just think all the bad press it's getting is a small amount of actual game players. But I'm still enjoying it.
I know. I feel like I'm a jerk for saying it, but like I just feel like the game is worth $20, not $40.
It's 60.
Okay, 60.
I would agree. But knowing, like, if you had played any of the games Hello Games made before this, you wouldn't expect anything other than this. They made Joe Danger, which was a really bad, unpolished, like, rip-off of Trials Evolution, that motorbike game. So,
yeah, I
was always baffled by this game. And
I did not like that game.
No, it sucked. And this is like a major step up from what they had, but it's still not a AAA game, and I don't think you can make a AAA game with 12 people unless you have infinite resources, which they did not.
One of the things I stumbled upon an article that I read, written by a guy who's actually a programmer, not for Hello Games, but a programmer for, like, arcade games, small arcade games here and there. And he was saying that, like,
I don't think it's
a lot
me.
of this nonsense of...
No.
I can hear you.
Yeah, no.
So a lot of this
video's
nonsense...
cutting out, sorry.
No, it's okay. They're saying a lot of this nonsense of, people complaining about this game is ignorance. They have no idea. And he said, sit down and try and make Pong. Just do it. Just try and make Pong. And see how fucking hard it really is to, like, all the different things you run in, all the different problems you run into, where you have to end up cutting corners in order to make it work. Educate yourself a little bit before you fly off the handle with stupid shit like that. And I've developed games, like, Jeff. I know you messed around with it. It is not fucking easy at all. It's one of those things that is just like Anything could go wrong at any time and completely destroy the whole project.
And what they accomplished with No Man's Sky is like really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I think everyone's ignoring all the technology that they probably spent the majority of their time figuring out and making work to actually generate an entire universe of procedurally generated stuff. Instead of thinking about that at all, it's like, oh shit, I'm just gonna go to this other planet. I think they didn't have enough time to like implement a lot of fun gameplay stuff, which is a fault, but I don't know. It's still cool.
Still not.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think it'll be free on PlayStation Plus in a few months.
Yeah, I would definitely play it then. I just want to know what it's like, but yeah, I just not for 60.
The Witness is on sale this week. I forgot to say that's an indie game.
Oh, it's also coming to Xbox soon too.
Ooh,
yeah. Witness is on sale this week for $27 on PSN.
Journey's on sale for like $2 if you haven't bought that yet.
No.
Oh man, if you haven't played Journey yet, you have to do that.
I didn't play Journey, right?
No,
you have to.
You would remember.
It's $2, man. You have to.
What's Journey? I don't remember it.
It's the cloaked character.
Oh yeah, with a really good documentary about the person that played it with their father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you remember that? Did you ever watch it?
I mean, I watched that doc, or like the click video.
As
that
soon
was
as you said
really
that,
powerful.
I remembered I mentioned that on the podcast at some point.
Yeah, that was good. It was like this little. It was a girl, right? She was playing it with her father, and her father was dying, and they played the game together, and the whole game became like this large metaphor for him basically leaving and departing. It was very.
Did that spoil the ending for you of the game?
I have no idea what the ending of the game is.
Okay.
I guess somebody departs. But she was just talking about how beautiful the game was, and it showed. And she wrote that letter to the game creators, and then they invited her to the studio, and that letter had meant so much to the creators of the game, and it's very touching. Very touching.
Cool. That's one of the cool things about being in creative stuff that other people consume.
Yeah, we have a few people that are very big fans of Blue Sky, and it's very heartwarming to hear how much like we touch their lives, and definitely do not take that for granted. It's cool.
Yep.
Risk of Rain's another good game that's on sale this week. If you haven't played it yet, that game is fucking awesome.
Risk of Rain?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of like a couple years ago.
I have not played it, Pete. How much is it right now?
$6.
All right,
Ooh.
I'll do it. That's been on my list for a while.
Yep, $6. Can't go wrong.
There was a really good deal the last 2 weekends. Titanfall 2 beta was free.
I didn't get a chance to play it once.
Ooh.
I downloaded it on my PlayStation and my Xbox, and I never once touched it. And it was a big download.
It was a huge download. I played, I think, 4 or 5 matches, and that was all I had time for. Was dealing with personal shit, unfortunately, so didn't get to play a whole lot.
Would you agree? Because I feel like it's getting a lot of negativity. People are not digging this beta.
Ooh, I liked it.
Really?
I did like it. I thought it was talking about like games that are polished and stuff like that, mechanics. Yeah. Jesus Christ, how do they do it?
I don't know, but it feels good.
Yeah.
I played the training thing because I logged in on like Monday night each time. It was like maybe the servers are still open, but no. So I just played the training. So it feels good. Again,
some people don't know what we're talking about, but Titanfall is basically a first-person shooter game. So, run and gun, shoot people, that kind of junk. But the really great thing about Titanfall, and the first Titanfall 1, I feel like was the first great game where you could parkour around as you're fighting. So, I mean, you're running and jumping on you're like crawling on walls and climbing through windows, and you really feel like, it really does make you feel like a superhero jumping around and flying through. And now in this new one, in the beta, you got to use a grappling hook to like, almost like Spider-Man, yeah. And you can like shoot it at other people and grasp them, pull them closer to you, or just trying to get around the environment really fast. It felt really slick. My only complaint was that I suck at it. I got completely obliterated.
Yeah, I was watching videos of guys that were doing exceptionally well, and just the way that they like glide across the maps, it's like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah. Like, if you are good at that game, it's that game feeling where you feel like a god.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I am Superman. Like, that is a hard thing to get the controls to feel so perfect that you feel one with the game and you can fly around like that. It's a cool feeling that I feel like non-gamers or people that don't experience games don't get to have that experience.
Yeah.
It's so good. So I don't know why is it getting so much flack?
I don't know. Well, you forgot to mention the other part of Titanfall, which is
Oh, yeah.
you drop a Titan, it falls from the sky, hence the title. But if you rack enough kills, then your timer counts down and you can call in your Titan, and then you fight in a giant robot. And what was I talking about?
Why it's getting grief.
Oh, right. So I think a lot of people, at least our group of friends, I haven't read much about it online, but our group of friends felt like the maps that they had for everyone to play on this beta were not suitable for the parkour stuff that you were talking about. Like, they felt like the buildings were too spread apart.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But having not played those maps and just watching videos of guys that were good and then showing them to the guys that played, they're like, oh shit, they're doing it just fine.
Yeah.
We just suck. So, I don't know.
I did. I got in a lot of matches where I was just running on the ground, but other people, like...
because you just feel so slow.
Yeah, but other people are flying around the map. They just know everywhere to go. And it's the people that, even though the game literally was in beta, meaning nobody has played this. You can't buy this game yet. It's just a download to test the game. So everybody's brand new to this game. And people already know exactly where you're going to be. Like, you peek behind a rock, boom, they got you. Like, they know every little part. It's like, how do people get that good?
That's how people found each other in No Man's Sky on the first day. People are just fucking crazy.
Man.
So it's worth checking out.
I really liked it. I don't know if it's going to be worth $60 and then probably another 10 to 20 bucks.
Now.
Yeah, that's cool. It's going to be, it's going to be short. Like,
I don't care.
Under 2 hours.
Those are the guys that used to make the old Call of Duty single players, and those were fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for me, it's probably going to be a must buy. Like, fuck Pete.
You get upset with the weirdest things, Jeff.
It's a audio only medium.
And we play fart noises. I think they can...
But listen how clear the farts come through the mic. Like, that is nice.
You're a weird little man.
It's about quality.
We're never going to get it. Just get over it.
Not with you sitting that far away from the mic, too.
Oh, God.
Actually, our last episode was actually pretty fucking solid.
Michael wouldn't know. He was in Iceland.
How do I feel about all this bullshit?
Mike Walling, I tried to call Mike to get him on the podcast. He sent me a voicemail. We can listen to that on there.
What if he says something incriminating? Listen to it to your ear first.
Well, we can edit it out.
Be professional. We
No.
can't edit it. We've already had Skype shit. Don't...
Yo, well, did you call me? I think I got a missed call from you. Call me back. But
Yeah.
That's bold. If someone called me and then hung up, I was just like, well, guess I don't have to talk to this idiot on the phone.
She called me back. I got a missed call from you. Call me back.
Shit.
I think he's getting married in like a week.
That's cool.
Is he?
I think so. He said he was going to invite me to the wedding, but I never got an invite.
Oh, shit. Congrats anyway, Mike.
Congrats, Michael Walling.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he didn't send it out. Maybe it all got canceled.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe
Jesus.
he fell out of love.
This is how shit starts.
Everybody falls out of love eventually.
That's...
Well, he did just start.
He got
at
married a
Bungie.
year
Maybe
ago.
he moved.
I'm not out of love yet. You got to be approaching your end.
Not even close.
How long has it been?
We've been together like 11 years. Right?
Together, but not married.
No, we've been married 6 years.
Yeah. There
20
you call
years
it.
for
7-year itch.
That fire is bursting.
Yeah, it's bursting for somebody else next year. Who do you got your eye on? Who do you got your eye on?
Why?
You must be some. Maybe she's got the eye on somebody.
It's you.
She's got on me?
No, I got an eye on you. That's why I'm on this podcast.
Because you're keeping an eye on me for your wife.
Nope.
You want me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why I got this house so close to you. Whoo, boy. I like that you keep your blinds open at night.
I do that. But it's the glare from outside. I'm convinced people can't see inside.
That's dumb. If it's nighttime.
They haven't called the cops yet.
It's true. I've seen you do some weird stuff.
Well, I don't think it counts as like showing your genitals if you're just tucking it behind, because then they can't see it.
You're hiding your genitals.
Yeah, I feel like that's completely legal. You can be completely naked and still, like, does that actually work? In public, can you be completely naked and tuck everything so nobody can see it?
I don't think so.
But everybody would see it from behind. You'd be fruit bowling.
Yeah, but what if you clothed your back part? So, could you get away with that?
I mean, there's a double standard, because if a lady was topless, somebody would give her a bra. If you're topless, it'd be like, guess he's just going without a shirt today.
Yeah, but where's the actual boundary there?
Well, I don't know. Let's try it out.
Is it just, like, is there a zone of the crotch, or is it you have to see skin of the peen?
I would say even just a little bit of pubis is too much. I remember an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog.
Yeah.
That got a little too encroaching for my likings.
So if you shaved
Of a
tightly, you can reveal more.
No, I'm saying your pubic arch, not necessarily hair.
Wow. I turned the air conditioning almost all the way off, and I turned on. Hold on, let me go turn it off.
Oh, why? You care so much about the fucking audio, man. It's also on YouTube where people can watch Pixel Flames. Except for last episode, because I haven't put that up yet.
That's okay, man.
All right, it'll turn off in just a bit. Hold your horses, everybody that hates it right now.
Yeah, you listening to this tomorrow. No one else.
And it's not going to be up tomorrow because you're not going to upload. You've been anti-YouTube.
Pete does the upload on the audio.
I like how... all right, is there any other news, Pete?
Nah, that was all of it.
All right, let's get back into our other... Like, we only have just a few more minutes, so let's... Whatever, that old thing. Sausage Party. I saw it.
What did you think?
It was not good.
Really?
Nah, not good. Not terrible. It was not good, though. I will say, for the animation, it didn't bother me. It's low quality, and it didn't bother me one bit. Like, once you watch it for a good 10 minutes, you get acclimated pretty good.
I mean, if people can watch South Park, they can watch anything.
Yeah.
I love the animation on South Park. Not saying that's anything bad.
But when you get, like, high-rendered, or what's supposed to be high-rendered characters and whatnot, you know they're going for 3D animation, but they just don't have the budget. But you would think, or at least I would think, that maybe it would annoy me, like, seeing the exact same medium that we're doing. Like, it's not cutout animation, it's not 2D animation, it's not Saturday morning cartoon animation. It's exactly what we do, and it's at a lower quality, but it didn't bother me at all. Like, it executed what it needed to execute and told the story it needed to, so it was fine.
Do you know what its budget was?
It was in the teens.
Oh, really?
Right? It was like 16 million?
That's cool.
Something like that. It's super low. At least that's what they're saying it is, whether it's not. And then there's the whole conversation. They didn't pay their employees. They certainly didn't pay them overtime. They didn't credit some of their employees, blah, 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 blah. And we're all the animators in the industry are supposed to blacklist the movie, but I didn't feel like seeing anything dark. So just wanted to go see that movie, and it was way too raunchy for my taste. I do think it has a place in for people. Like, it's just not for me. I should say that. I don't think it's a terrible movie. It's just not for me. Like, it was a little too raunchy and too jock fanboy. Like, you got to be high to like it. And I mean, the whole bad guy or the whole like
Whoa, wait. Jock fanboy and getting
feel like
high?
Yeah.
I feel like those are two different stereotypes you just threw at us.
Frat boy, maybe. Maybe frat boy?
I don't know. Because
I can see that.
I associate Seth Rogen with stoners, not frat guys.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyways, it would be a lot better high, put it that way. But the main protagonist is a douche. Literally, a douche nozzle that wants to get revenge because he wasn't taken home and didn't get to penetrate a woman. And now
That's
he wants
the main
revenge.
character?
That's the protagonist. Antagonist.
Okay.
Sorry, antagonist.
That's his story?
Yeah, he fell out of the cart because basically he blames these hot dogs for pushing him out of the cart, and he thought he was going to be able to go up a woman's vagina, and now broke the tip of his nozzle, so he's never going to be able to go up this girl's vagina. So now he wants revenge.
That's funny.
It's silly, but a lot better if you're high. But to make a whole movie around that is your antagonist, and then the protagonist, their whole thing is they want to be taken home so they can fuck some hot dog buns.
I gotta say, I don't think you're in the proper mood for this, because I feel like this is right up your alley, having not seen it.
Yeah, could be. I wasn't in I wanted to see something silly, so it kind of did its job, but I tried to be I don't know. I just don't think it was a great. It's not for me. It's just not for me.
Well, I asked you this, but I want your answer again on the podcast. I liked This Is the End. My favorite part of that movie was the giant demon's big flailing dick and it crashing through the building.
Yeah.
Did you like This Is the End?
I did like This Is the End, but that part I felt sorry getting crass and over the top.
Oh.
But I don't know. It was I don't know. I liked that movie.
Because that's the kind of stuff you don't see in movies.
I know. I think
that's what I like.
I don't want this movie not to be made.
I like big dicks.
Sausage Party has a place in our medium, and I want movies like that to be made and have a place. And I'm glad it's successful, for sure.
I think you should not have seen it with your wife, but instead with a group of guys.
Perhaps, and it would have been a lot better if I saw it with a crowd too, where the whole audience was laughing and all that. It was just my wife and I in a pretty empty theater. So comedies in an empty theater don't create the right feel. So that is that. So given all that, I think people should see it. I think it's definitely a good study for what adult content and animation can be in terms of comedy, and I think it's also interesting just as a study factor of seeing how you can be very careful with the quality and people will accept it. You should pay your employees, but you don't have to make the super polished stuff always, even in 3D animation, to get the job done. You guys saw Kubo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kubo was phenomenal.
Awesome. It's really good stuff.
The funny thing is, my kids weren't into it at all.
Man,
I'm not surprised by that.
People say that a lot.
I feel like Laika in general, their movies, not that I have kids or anything, but I feel like they, even though the 4 movies that they've done star kids, aren't aimed at kids. I feel like they work on a more adult level than your average animated fare, which I really appreciate and like.
Man, their storytelling is unparalleled right now.
You have not seen Kubo yet.
I have not. I'm so looking forward to it.
I don't think it's his best movie, personally. I think visually it is. I think technically it's fucking awesome.
Do you have a reasoning of why it's highest rated? On Rotten Tomatoes, it's its highest rate. Laika's highest rated.
I feel like Laika right now is becoming the next Pixar, where reviewers especially are starting to get to know this studio's name and the stuff that they produce, and they haven't made a bad movie yet, and it's working on, like I said, more adult levels for them, and I feel like this is just another step in that direction.
Can you rank their movies?
Personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paranorman, Kubo, Coraline, Box Trolls. Paranorman being number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had issues with Kubo. I did not like aspects of the second act. Because there's some weird, like,
That's funny.
tonal shifts that I did not care for. I felt like the first act was fucking amazing and super strong and, like, heartfelt. And then the second act is like, this is when we introduce the fun and games and the jokes and stuff.
Were you, like, feeling the formula happening or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. It's weird. Without spoiling it.
It's definitely like one of the most beautiful films I've seen. I guess just from knowing the artistry of what goes behind it,
Yeah.
is mind blowing. There's a internet video floating around of like one of the sequences or a couple of the sequences pieced together, where you see like the guys moving around and posing the characters, and you see in real time the animation, but you also see like in super fast time the animators actually working on the puppets in the same shot, and it's really cool to watch.
Yeah, their animation
And it really
just,
gives
like,
you
blows my
perspective
mind.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you so much perspective on the amount of work it took to make the film.
It's crazy how little the public knows how animation is done. Like,
Well-
regardless of the medium, they have no idea what the hell we do.
Yeah, I mean, my brother still asks me if I draw.
I am so tired of that question. I'm so tired of every person you say, "What do you do?" I'm an animator. Oh, you draw? It's like, yeah, I mean, I draw, but no, none of my drawings make it onto the screen. I don't draw for my job, but sometimes my job includes drawing.
I don't draw on the screen.
Yeah.
I've gotten that many times over.
Because I know what their question is. Like, when they say, do you draw, they mean, am I drawing on a piece of paper and then flipping the piece of paper over? Like, it's like, no, I don't do that. I do it on the computer. And then they immediately go, oh. So the computer does it for you. Well, no.
Yeah, that's a fallacy.
Yeah, so Kubo's cool. There's lots of behind the scenes of it online, because I think Leica is actually doing a really good job of trying to educate people about
trying.
what they do. Like, something I really appreciate. I don't know if they did it on like Paranorman or Coraline, but at the end of Box Trolls, they have that time lapse with Travis Knight animating the characters, and then they do it again on this one, but with a 17-foot skeleton. And it's just like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
They also credit the animators first, which I quite like.
Yeah. Blue Sky has decided that they always credit based on production order. So it's like whatever goes in the pipeline, they just very democratically that's the way they're doing it. So there's no importance laid on any one department.
Yeah, which is valid. It's fine.
I feel like there's a validness to alphabetical order.
What do you mean?
Animation.
Oh. Just list everybody with like one.
Oh, no. The department animation comes first, then assembly.
But Kubo's domestic total is 25.5 right now. If you haven't gone and see it, you should go see it.
That's really how you know how broken the film, like, oh, people really want quality. Bullshit. How much has Sausage Party made, Pete?
Let's take a look. Sausage Party has made 80 million. 80.6.
There you go.
Yep. Production budget of $19 million, while Kubo's production budget was $60 million.
Yeah. That's
still cheap.
It is. They do a good job keeping it reasonable.
It's just so cool. Because they like 3D print the faces, and you can see the imperfections, even though it technically comes from a CG model that should be perfect. And it's just so fucking cool.
Ooh, did the motion capture bother you?
Only because it was pointed out to me. I might not have noticed it, but
Okay.
I actually do think I would have noticed it. There's one specific shot where I'm like, wow, that looks like live action. And then a stop motion character enters the frame and it's really hitchy. And I was like, ooh, that's a weird juxtaposition.
Yeah, to explain, there was some background characters or non-main, whatever,
Pretty
not
much
principal
all
characters.
Crowd besides main characters were.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically CG characters, so not everything was basically hand-done puppets. It was actually CG to look like it was stop motion.
Nope.
But then they used motion capture, which kind of, to me, defeats the purpose. Why wouldn't you just get an animator to do it?
Well, and like some of the stop motion is on twos, but the stuff in the background is still all on ones.
That is a
and
weird
they also
choice.
put like nice fluid overlap on their like very Japanese like flowing gowns and stuff.
It'll be interesting because I was going through like Paranormal and stuff. A lot of their even hand adjusted, whatever. What do you call that?
What?
Just whatever hand animated principal characters. It's actually it's still on ones. I'm surprised how much of their animation is on ones. I mean, it looks jittery, but yeah, a lot of it's on ones still.
It's a lot of frames.
It is. For stop motion, that's incredible. Anyways, the effect is the same. There's some characters that look hand done and the other ones that look like computer perfect. It's weird.
Yeah, I wish he shall not be named, but I wish that guy did not point it out to me because I was looking for it. So that was annoying. Good movie though, really cool. Reminded me a lot of Princess Mononoke,
Oh, really?
which is my favorite movie of all time. This is the movie that made me want to be an animator.
I haven't seen that movie since college. I should pick it up again.
You should. One thing I always really liked about Princess Mononoke was there's like quiet moments where people are just sitting and talking and there's basically no ambient sound at all and it's literally just voices and communication. And I feel like they have that in this movie a lot.
Man, good luck getting that in a mainstream movie.
I know. There's a reason Kubo's not doing well, but I totally respect Laika for making this movie.
Yeah. All right. Did we have any other subjects tonight, or are we cutting this one short?
I don't know.
I mean, short meaning an hour and a half. Some people are begging for us to just drop down to an hour again.
Were we
Really?
ever at an hour?
Yeah, like our first 2 episodes were like only an hour.
That's pretty much all that we had discussed.
That's a good, I mean, it's a good solid episode, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you saw fucking Kubo so we could talk about it more.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I understand.
All right. Pete, good
Yes,
episode. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, good job, fellas.
Pwong!
I know, Joel. Yeah, not so good job there. Ah, fuck Pete.
I did that one on purpose.
Just wanted to say one more time. Oh, God. Oh, I thought we lost everything. Say welcome back, Michael. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. I'll be gone again next time.
What?
Just kidding.
Oh, shit.
I would like to be gone next time if I'm in Iceland. I'm going to move there. I might just like quit really soon and move there. I was thinking like, is animation my real true calling? Maybe I could be a Jeep tourist. I mean, a Jeep tour guide. Like, just take all the people.
I've heard of weirder people quitting and doing different things.
Like what?
We had the head of our fur department leave to open up a brewery.
Yeah. Have you ever tried his...
No. I didn't realize it. Is it legit now? It's already out?
No, I had it when he was here.
Oh, no. I thought
And he
you were
made
talking
his own, like, bourbon and stuff, too.
about- That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's just like, yeah, people do... Anyways. It happens. Anyways, animation, not for everybody.
Still for me, I guess.
So
Well, that sweet sounds means
eerie.
you can get back to your animation or get back to your normal world. Hopefully you're getting off that train or wherever you need to be. You've ended another episode of Just a Few Minutes podcast presented by
Go to sleep.
Chef Gabor.
Wait, we didn't do the sponsor.
Oh, This week's sponsor brought to you by Michael.
So I reached out to these guys. I didn't really. But I reached out to them, and they
Give him a hand.
They didn't really give me much copy to go with.
Okay.
But so this episode is brought to you by Fleshlight. Go fuck yourself.
This has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast, where three veterans of the animation and video game industry discuss exactly that. I am Jeff Gabor. Alongside me is Michael Berardini, and way out in bumfuck Egypt is Pete Paquette.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Although I'm not in Egypt.
Bumfuck Massachusetts. You never referred to it as BFE? Bumfuck Egypt? Maybe it's a Colorado thing.
You're saying you referred to Egypt as BFE?
No, like you would say, where did you park? Fucking BFE. And it stood for Bumfuck Egypt. I don't know why. I don't know what that term...
I feel like you just made that up.
No. All right.
Guarantee if I looked up bumfuck Egypt,
yes, do it.
nothing will come up.
No, do BFE. See if BFE comes up.
Okay.
BFE is an abbreviation for Bumfucked Egypt.
There
or
you go.
Buttfuck Egypt.
See?
Which is to denote out of the middle of nowhere.
Where did you park? BFE.
You put this on the internet. You did this.
Dude, my intelligence knows no bounds.
Oh, right.
I know things. This is me.
We returned home so late because she lives in the middle of BFE and we got lost several times.
So when
I can't get fucking Pinties on Urban Dictionary. Come on now.
Dude, this is old school. That's why I'm saying Pete lives out in BFE. All right, for the third time, this has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast. Peace out.
Goodbye.
Later.